Okay, hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is, I think it's a one part of two. It's one of two, okay? What I'm doing is something similar to what I've done before. This particular one is about an Electrolux head, okay, a canister. But the steps I'm gonna follow can be used on any canister nozzle, just about, okay, unless they have real intricate circuit board type things going on inside the head. This is a very basic, straightforward kind of setup here, which I actually like. But you can also use this for the upright, because a lot of the uprights have the same design. Even the Perfect Vacuum and the Sanitaire, if you look at the design, any vacuum that have this particular design, they're really using the same setup, okay? Except for some of them that may have other lights that let you know that that you're using the brush motor, or that there's a light that tells you that the brush motor is shut off. So anyway, if you're interested in finding out more about how do we diagnose this, what's happening here is that there's no power going to the head. So there's a few things involved, but we're gonna get into it, all right? Stick around. Okay, guys, so again, like I said, the problem is that we're not receiving any power to the head. Now, this particular canister, the head has the rocker switch, right? Now, most other canisters, the rocker switch is actually in the pistol grip area, where your hand, is holding the system and you can click it off and on. But this particular one has a rocker switch down here. So, so it's on. All right, this is off, this is on, and now turn it on. Okay, so there's no power. Now, the problem could be the hose. The hose could be, the power could be interrupted. That could be a possibility. It could be the wand, okay? It could be the brush motor itself. It could be the rocker switch, and it could be the breaker. Okay, so so those are all the culprits involved in making sure that this head get to work. Okay, so the hose itself, okay, if it's not, if the electricity is not flowing to the head, then obviously even if all of these are working, it wouldn't matter. And then the wand could be messed up, so it wouldn't matter if the electricity is flowing from the hose, if the wand is interrupting that. And then if the wand is great and everything is fine with the hose and the wand, but there's a problem, let's say, with the cord. You see this cord right here? This could be an issue. Sometimes these prongs get loose, okay? And sometimes, again, the rocker switch. So let's do this. Now that we understand all the the parties involved, let's see if we can slowly but surely figure out what's causing the problem. And sometimes even before you take the head apart, you kind of want to test the hose. So if you have another one of these heads, okay, you can you can put another head on and see if you know that that head works, or if a friend of yours have a head. He said, can I just borrow your vacuum head? Borrow your vacuum head, right? And then you could just test it. You could plug it in and see if it works on yours, right? This way you can eliminate the hose. Now, if you don't have that, but maybe you have one of these, okay, one of these micrometers here, you could turn it to 200 ohms here, okay? And this at least would help you test to see if you have continuity in the hose, meaning that the electricity that's coming in, there's no communication break between the beginning of the hose and the end of the hose. So that means if electricity is plugged into the beginning, the electricity should have no problem flowing all the way through to the other end. Now, if there's a continuity break, that means the problem is in this section right here in the hose. It's stopping the flow of electricity. So you want to eliminate that first. Okay, so let's see if we can do that. Now, I have another video really that went through that. It was for a central vacuum video. I was testing the hose in the central vacuum. So you can, if this one is probably not for you, you can even just switch over to that video and check it out. And maybe I'll even have the link to that video here. But let's see if I can quickly do that with this unit to show you how to eliminate it. But that's what I'm saying. Let me take this off real quick. All right. I know I'm supposed to be focusing here, but I'll be honest with you, to take you here when the problem really could be here, this seemed to be like I have you going in a direction where I don't have to. So now you see how you have these two, one here and one here. Okay, so consider this like the live and the neutral wire. Okay, black and white, let's say. Okay, and the same thing with this. Okay, so one of these correspond with this and the other one correspond with this, right? So if you have one of these micrometers at the house, okay, or if you can just go to Lowe's or on Amazon or whatever and buy one, you should be able to test this like what I'm doing right now. And it's not hard. It's really not, it's not something that's difficult. Even if you don't understand how to read the rest of the micrometer. If you if you know how to use that part. If you're not a someone who's used this as a business, a contractor and all that stuff, then maybe, knowing the whole thing is not it's not absolutely necessary. Okay, let me just untangle this wire here. So here we go. Now, if you can watch this meter here, if you can see it properly, right? I have one inserted into the left side of this. Now, I don't know which side correspond with this side yet, so I'm just going to test it. I'm going to tap this side here. Okay, there's nothing here, right? And I'm going to tap the other side. I don't want to put my hand in the way of the camera here. So I'm going to go this way. Tap this side here. And there you go. Okay, we have, let me tap it properly. Okay. Come on, Wayne. Make sure this is in all the way. You was getting a reading just now. There we go. We got a reading, okay? You see the numbers flickering all over the place? There we got a reading. All right. Just got to make sure it's properly secured in when you do it. Okay, so now, let me hold it in with one finger. Try to hold this in with my other finger. Here we go. All right, now I'm going to tap this one here. And then you have a reading here. So right now, I just figured out that the hose is good. The continuity is flowing properly through the hose, okay? So now let's eliminate that. The hose is a problem, all right? Our next thing is going to be the wand. Okay, all right, let's take this out. Okay, now in here, if you look, right, you have the same thing going on here and you have the same thing going on here. So we can test the wand and see if we have a continuity with the wand. If it's hopefully, if you look now, luckily I think they give us a long enough thing for us to do a proper test, right? It's long enough because the wand is pretty long. Let's see. All right. So what I would do the same thing. I would stick one end into here. Oh, okay. It's not really. It's the male section. So just touch it. Let's touch the male section, and then we're gonna go to the female side, and we're gonna insert this here. And we're going to see if we have a reading. All right, hold on. Am I touching the male? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Here we go. All right, so you can't see it. Let me set it up right here. Okay, let's do it. That's it. You got a reading there. Okay, let me switch sides. All right, and let's do the other side here. Okay, do we have a reading there? Yep. Yep, we got a reading there. Okay, so the wand is fine. The wand is okay, all right? So now we move that out the way, all right? So our next step then, now it's time to go to the head, okay? Now it's time to go to the head, all right? And we still have to test this cable here, okay? But let's get the screws out so we can get to this head, all right? Now, it's funny, like some videos will give you part of your solution, and I know it could be frustrating because you're looking for an answer, and if the person is not focusing on that particular part of your problem, you got to keep searching, man. It could be frustrating. So I put playlists together, and hopefully it'll help, kind of minimize the search. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. I kind of like the setup is because I like the fact that there's a switch here that you can just test real quick, All right. So let's see what's happening here, okay? Let's see who's giving us a problem. And it may just be a glitch, guys. You never know. It may not be a major problem. Maybe something wasn't fastened properly. Something wasn't secured, okay? And that could be the cause of the problem, all right? But let's find out. Let's test this wire here, right? This cable or this nozzle cord, all right? So I'm going to touch one side with these prongs here, and I'm gonna go and touch here. I'm not sure if let me put this up here. Maybe I can. All right. Anyway, you got it. You see it? Kinda. No, you can't see it. Okay, then you can see it there. All right, let me touch this side. Let's see if that's gives us a reading. Yep. All right, so this is the neutral side. This side is working. Okay, good. And it looked like the live wire goes through to this little rocker switch. So let's switch sides. And now let's test that and see. Here we go, right here. We got a reading. All right, so this cord is fine. The cord is okay. Okay. So then the next step is let's test the rocker switch. Let's see if the switch itself is fine. Now what you would do is when the switch is off, it breaks the connection automatically. So it doesn't make sense to test the connection when it's off. So let's put it to on, okay? And let's test the connection with on. Let me put this back here again so you can see. All right, you can see properly. How's that? Yep. Okay, and let's test the switch. Okay, look at that. All right, so good. We got some action going there. So the switch is fine. All right. What's the other thing that's connected to the switch? We have this here. Okay. So let's test the breaker and see if the breaker has continuity here, right? The breaker does. Okay. So far, guys, take a look at what we just discovered. So far, we just discovered that everything that is going to the motor, okay, everything that's connected from the main unit flowing down to the head. Everything is flowing. The electricity should reach the motor properly. Okay? So I'm led to believe that it's either we didn't secure something properly, like let's say this. Maybe this wasn't in, the male and female weren't really truly connected, okay? We didn't have any good relationship here, right? Or this guy, this motor is the problem. You see what I'm saying? So what you don't want to do is buying a whole bunch of parts and buying breakers and buying cords and buying a new wand and buying a new hose, and none of those things were the problem, right? You want to make sure that if you're gonna be buying something different, then it's absolutely gonna be this guy, okay? And nothing else. All right. So I'm not going to replace anything now because these motors really go bad. They do in occasion, right? But when they go bad, you know it. It's either a smell, it starts to grind, okay? You start to get like a grind, or if you give it power, you start seeing a lot of sparks coming out here. These motors are kind of built in a way that will keep them running as long as the carbon brushes are still, you have enough meat on that carbon brush. And from the looks of things, this carbon brush seemed to be good. Take a look. I'm looking at this section right here. This thing right here. That carbon brush is full. It's the length of from here to here. So I don't see a problem right now with this head. And I don't see anything that looks like burn mark. I don't smell anything that looked like it was burning. The belt is on. The belt is on. Okay. So let's try to insert this a little tighter into the wand and see if that fixes the problem, because while you're at home, based on what we just did here, if you followed this entire process through, the thing that is the problem guy that we just found would have been this guy. But it's still a possibility that it's not. It's still a possibility that maybe this guy wasn't properly secured, okay? So let's try this. Or maybe the breaker just needed to be triggered, okay? You need to kind of like pop the breaker a little bit, like, you know, press it a few times and kind of get it rocking again, okay? All right, so let's try this one more time. Now that the head is open like this, let me reconnect everything. And hold on, let me just rest this here for a second. I'm gonna reconnect everything and try to fasten this properly and see if that solves the problem, okay? But remember, you may have to go further. You may have to change out that motor, and I may still have to do that too. All right. So I'm going to make sure that this part here is properly fastened into here. Okay. All right. Now look, you see how this is? It felt like it went in all the way, and it's very easy to think that you're in because you just have to make sure it clips in, okay? Make sure it snaps in all the way, because sometimes that severed connection is the problem, all right? Now, I don't even have to hook up this part right now, because the issue really is this connector to this. This is for suction. So right now I'm really concerned about how this setup here, if this is in all the way. Sorry. Okay. So now let's try this head again, okay? Let's do that. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, got it. Got it. We're secure now. We're secure. All right, let's try it again, all right? Let's go. Turn it on. Actually, you know what? Give me a second. Let me raise this off it's gonna eat this thing up. Let me put something underneath to raise the brush off the mat. Okay, here we go. Hey! Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Now, here's a problem. I don't know which one of these guys were not secured properly, or let me do this. Let me start rocking things and see if the connections sever. Let's do that, because maybe in the action of going back and forth, things are being pulled out, okay? And that's probably what's caused this machine to appear to have lost power, okay? So let's try that. Let me try rocking things back and forth. Let me turn this on. Okay. I'm gonna kind of rock this. Okay. All right. So guys, honestly, it may have just been that the rocker switch itself, because I've seen that many times. The rocker switch just needed to be reset. Okay. It could also have been that this wasn't secured originally. It could also be that this guy is on his way out. Okay, this guy may be on his way out. So I may just have, I just, to be safe, I'm gonna replace this guy here, just to be safe. I may just replace this rocker switch to be safe, okay? The motor looks fine, it sounds good. If you just noticed, the motor sounds very good. And everything else looks good, looks secure, nothing seems loose, all right? So, a little diagnostic kind of video here. Hopefully, I'm able to show you guys something that you can use. Okay, I'm sweating. Okay, hopefully this helps you. Okay, if this video has been of any help, or even just it was just cool to watch, we go through a process, right? Please like, subscribe, share, and be back for more. Okay, thank you all for your support. Thanks for all, every kind of support there, whether you bought shirts from us or whether you bought something from my shop. A lot of you have went to my Monroe vacuums and purchased replacement parts for the different projects you have. So I appreciate that support also. And I also registered with, it's an online, it's an app for it also. It's called Minnect, and where people can pay to ask questions for people. And I said, let me just register. You never know. And so I figured, hey, I've been answering questions online on YouTube, and somebody may want something very specific, detailed to them. So you can actually find me on that website also, and I'll leave a link down below so people can support me that way. I might as well let it be known, because my wife thought it was a great idea. I said, why don't you sign up, So I said, all right, yeah, let's sign up. All right, guys, until next time, thanks again. All right, stay good, stay positive. All right.